Y'all not gonna believe what he found. Watch this, y'all, how they try to edit, how they try to AI this picture. Watch this, check this out.
I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying. See, I noticed something. The news, not one time did they post this picture. Not one time did they say their names, bruh. You want to know why? Because they all was drinking alcohol and they all under 21. But wait. This is why they hold information. This is why they don't show us anything until a year later, 6 months later, because they want to edit the pictures. They want to edit the videos, bruh. Look at this. What do you see, bruh? What?
Look at this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. They try to edit this picture, y'all.
You see, the dude got 6 fingers. They tried to edit out the beer because he was drinking beer underage.
Bro, if this wake up call don't wake you up today, I don't know what will. If you got white people warning black people to stay away from white people and you still hanging around them and you by yourself around bodies of water and all of that, I don't know what to tell you. Because people been online warning our people, listen, it's not safe outside for everybody. And now we got white people all over the internet warning our people, listen, we not right. All of us ain't right. And I'm gonna ask y'all something. What do y'all think happened to all the hoodies from back in the day? With the 3Ks, y'all know the cone hoodies? What do y'all think happened to those hoodies? What do y'all think happened to the offsprings of those people? Understand what Mississippi holds. It holds a lot of history with black hatred. So I don't understand why these parents are not letting the children know their history. It is what it is. God tells us don't mess with these people. He didn't make them like us. He's telling us that. Let's get into it, y'all, because we got some clips from Nolan Xavier Wells' grandfather. He came out and said something suspicious with the outcome. The outcome isn't right. Did y'all know that, listen, them people are related out there. They know each other. This is how this goes. They not gonna sit up there and expose one another for doing these type of heinous crimes. They're gonna protect one another. But check these clips out. I need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to hit the hype. Need y'all to like, share, comment, do whatever you gotta do to get this information out to our people. Let's get it, y'all.
The way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells' body was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed missing and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this bullshit. He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument. There's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Yep. Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of morbid, so stick with me and trigger warning. If I show up dead, washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he stay where he was supposed to? Did he start an argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the fuck? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people. And the conversation is about his behavior. Just so frustrating. Like, racism is still alive and well just in the dialogue. Just in the dialogue. As simple as that. I just want this country to do better. And I see a future where we just stop with this bullshit and start going like, man, this kid was killed. Like, his on the 4th of July, he is celebrating with everyone. And he can't even do that. We can do better. We gotta do better. Oh, and apparently one of the friends' moms is a local judge. And if you think that will work in Nolan's favor, you clearly don't know anything about the history of young black men in this country. This isn't going to go anywhere. We have to speak up about it.
No, one of the friends' mother being a judge is not going to work in Xavier's favor, in Nolan's favor. And why the hell is he always in the middle of each picture he takes with these white boys? Why is it? Are they saying something? Let me know. Are they saying something about somebody being in the middle? So in this clip, we got Nolan's grandfather speaking out. Also, the family had got the rights leader, Benjamin Crump, on the case. But I'm telling you, y'all, they got it sold up down there in Mississippi. There's so many history. All these people, even the investigators, and these people are related. They are all joined together, and to understand, we are in a country where the leaders are doing this to other countries. So what is the body going to do if the head is doing this to other countries? It's just going to follow suit. And all these people come from the same lineage. So, I mean, and they knock the fight out of us by always pushing these lifestyles to us. The Don Julio turn up culture. This is how they get the fight up out of us. We ain't nobody trying to stand up no more. Stay in the house, play video games. Don't ignore everything that happened to you. I'm telling y'all, man, it's getting dangerous, y'all.
There's no fucking way he went swimming by himself, that he left the group and everybody that could possibly see or hear him and decided to go for a swim.
It appears that not everyone in Nolan Wells' family is trusting local authorities to reveal exactly what happened to the black teen, whose body was found on July 6th after going missing on July 4th when he and friends traveled to a remote island in Mississippi.
See, the grandfather still got that fight in him.
Here, Wells would travel with friends by boat to Horn Island, an island about 10 miles off the shore of mainland Mississippi, where his friends he went with would return, but he wouldn't. According to the report, those same friends are suggesting that Wells would end up deciding to stay on the island and did not ride back with them. Now, as mentioned, Wells' body would end up being found on Monday around 8:45 a.m., but this appears to have raised a lot of questions for Wells' grandfather, in particular, Christopher Wells, who would take to Facebook to call out the current investigation. On Monday night, on his Facebook page, he would write, "Too many unanswered questions. How can an island that was searched yesterday produce my grandson's body this morning? There's nothing right about this. Nolan Xavier Wells deserved the same things that people he knew and associated with all enjoy in life." Now, as mentioned by Wells, a search and rescue
And why did the judge tell all the kids to deactivate your account? I'm telling y'all, they are in cahoots with each other. This make no sense, bro.
Would be conducted on July 5th, the following day after Wells would go missing on the island. Local outlet WLOX, who has been consistently covering the case, would confirm this in a story shared that day. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department is currently searching Horn Island with assistance from the Department of Marine Resources, the Gulf Island National Seashore, and the U.S. Coast Guard. So for some, including Wells' grandfather, how was his body found Monday when they had already searched the island on Sunday? For those who don't know, Horn Island is about 10 to 12 miles long and less than a mile wide, making up a little over 3,000 acres. Now, for those who currently don't think any foul play with the search is currently taking place, Nolan being found on Monday makes total sense if he ended up drowning and was later swept on shore. Now, a huge conversation that many can't ignore is the racial undertone attached to the story.
Yeah, he always in the middle.
Wells appeared to be the only black person in his friend group that went to the island, as well as the many injustices black people have seen in America's history, especially in places like Mississippi, where back in 1959, a black man by the name of Mac Charles Parker would...
Bruh, he remind me of Rich Homie Quan. He got eyes just like Rich Homie Quan, bruh.
The mob would beat and then shoot Parker at a bridge before wrapping him in chains and tossing him over the bridge into the Pearl River. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump. Crump, who is known for his involvement with high-profile cases that are aligned with injustices, would announce he and his team are now joining the case to represent the family. He would go on to say in a statement, "We've been retained by the family of Nolan Wells, a beloved son, teammate, and friend who went out to celebrate the 4th of July and never came home. The wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College was preparing to return for the upcoming football season and would have turned 19 next month. His family deserves answers. They deserve the truth. We will not rest until every fact about what happened to Nolan on Horn Island is brought into the light, and we call on investigators to pursue this case with the urgency and transparency this family deserves. Nolan's mother has continued to remain quiet along with Nolan's father, outside of sharing a GoFundMe page in tributes to their son. According to Good Morning America, investigators are already
Man, I can't tell nobody how to grieve or nothing like that, but as a people, the last thing we got is our voice. That's the last thing we got, is to speak out. That's something that we always had, and that was our power. So if you don't take control of the narrative and speak out, now I'm not telling his parents how to grieve, but you're going to leave it up to these wicked people to shift the narrative and turn it around and say that he was out there by himself and he went for a swim. This is how stuff get changed. People need to hear your voice. Again, I can't tell that his parents how to mourn, but that's our power, is to yell and speak out. That there's power in that, y'all.
Suspecting Nolan must have drowned, but as you can see, many people are not thinking this case is so simple.
Got to teach your kids, especially your kids that are hanging out with rich white kids, that is not good. You gotta stop letting them hang out with rich white kids. This Nolan Wells situation never should have happened. The parents of Nolan Wells should have known better than to let him hang out with these kids. I have an older son. I'm not saying it's the parents' fault, but I'm just saying it happens all the time. My older son is half black. He looked more black than he did half. But he got into a similar situation. He was fighting with a bunch of rich kids in North Atlanta, the North Atlanta suburbs, the richest neighborhood in Cherokee County, Georgia. And he was fighting with a bunch of boys over a girl. And lucky for him, he didn't wind up dead. He just wound up locked up for a while. But it could have wound up with him being killed. And, we as parents, we have to do a better job in informing our children about who they should and shouldn't hang out with, because...
So the sheriff department found Nolan's body. They said it was no foul play. Oh yeah, he just got tired and decided to take a nap in the water. Now they better off saying it's a shark attack, because at least that shark will be held accountable.
There is no...
At least the shark can get held accountable. They should have said it was a shark attack. At least the shark can get held accountable. But back to what the white guy was saying. White people are stepping up, letting you know, look, our people ain't right. I understand what my grandfather was trying to teach me growing up, but I had black friends. I wasn't hearing what my grandfather had to say. That's a lot of white people's stories. I knew this white girl whose father was trying to teach her how to hate black people. And that pushed her towards to be with black people because she couldn't stand her father for that. But what I'm saying is, y'all, that hatred is deeply rooted. And bruh, I don't care what you do. I don't care how athletic you is. If you ain't making these people money, nah. Even if you is making them, they still hate your ass. Understand, bro? And God is letting all this happen for a reason, to wake you up.
No way in hell that that young man decided to go for a swim by himself on that island on 4th of July weekend. The island's packed with people. It would be hard to even find a way to go for a swim by yourself alone on that island on 4th of July. It's just a little spit of land. But there is no fucking way in hell that young black man on an island full of white people decided to sneak off by himself and go for a swim alone in water over his head or anywhere near over his head. You understand what I'm saying? That's not something that happened. And an accidental drowning is the only way that young man could be dead and it not be murder. And there's no fucking way he went swimming by himself, that he left the group and everybody that could possibly see or hear him and decided to go for a swim.
Why do y'all think they hurried up and rushed and plagiarized the Bible to make you believe that it's white people in the Bible? No, they hurried up and did it because the Bible is telling you how evil they asses is. This is why they stopped you from reading. It's talking about them. But nah, you letting the tricks work on you. Introvert rock star, Mr. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Mr. Make that make sense. Y'all not gonna believe what he found, y'all. Y'all not gonna believe what he found. Watch this, y'all, how they try to AI this picture. Watch this, check this out.
I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying. See, I noticed something. The news, not one time did they post this picture. Not one time did they say their names, bro. You want to know why? Because they all was drinking alcohol and they all under 21. But wait. This is why they hold information. This is why they don't show us anything until a year later, 6 months later, because they want to edit the pictures. They want to edit the videos, bro. Look at this. What do you see, bro?
Look at this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. They try to edit this picture, y'all.
What you see? The dude got 6 fingers. They tried to edit out the beer because he was drinking beer underage. And they tried to edit out the beer and they gave him 6 fingers.
Dang.
You can't.
God. They try to edit. They trying to sweep it under the rug. This reminds me, I was in middle school, y'all. Y'all not gonna believe what happened when I was in middle school. There was a class that went on a field trip. We had a black sheriff that was attending the middle school, he was the security of the middle school, the black sheriff, right? So if any of the black children was to fight or, get in trouble or anything, the principal, hey, look, go get him, sheriff, go get him. But on this particular field trip, a bunch of white kids went on a field trip and they brought alcohol. Yeah. And I overheard the black sheriff. He said, "Yeah, they ain't want me on the case. They ain't want me on it. They ain't want me. They want to keep that all to themselves, because those children, parents probably knew the principal, and he didn't want them to be on their record as alcoholics and all of that. But the principal just put them to the side just to talk to them. They people take up for their people, bro, no matter how evil they are. And this is why the judge had came out and say, look, you guys deactivate your accounts out there in Mississippi, bro. This is why.
Make this shit up. I keep telling y'all, bro, they're gonna always protect their own people, but that ain't it. The rabbit hole gets deeper. Check this out. Horn Island is a popular vacation destination that attracts boaters, campers, fishermen, swimmers, and beachgoers from across the Gulf Coast every year because of its white sand beaches and natural beauty. Make that make sense. And in the words of the Spinners, it takes a fool.
But yeah, I just wanted to get that clip. Make sure y'all tap in the Introvert Rockstar. I'm gonna leave a link in the description as well. But he got more, y'all. He got more that people ain't talking about online. You know what I mean? This is when they deactivated their accounts. And there's more, but I'm past the time. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. Do y'all think that this attorney gonna get on this case and discover something more than what they're talking about? Because they're saying that he went off to go swim by himself, which we know that ain't true. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. If we got white people out here telling you that they people ain't right, if that don't wake your ass up and stop thinking that everybody is friends, I don't know what will. Y'all pay attention to your surroundings. Have that talk with your children. Stop letting these people lie about history, because now they coming out saying that the land ain't stolen. Listen, bro, I'm telling you, they're going to try to whitewash and plagiarize everything. And I'm not telling you to go out and hate nobody. The scriptures say, if possible, be at peace with all men. If somebody being at peace with you, be at peace with them. Give out that same energy, y'all. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hype this video. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.